I learned something like when I was young in my 20s, and I met a few of my heroes, like Jimmy Page, Brian May, and Iggy. Like those guys have been around for Jeff Beck, and I got to meet these guys, and these were all the coolest guys, like really nice. I remember I had my mom with me when I met Jeff Beck, and he was like asking my mom questions about my mom, this is in the 90s. I'm like, he wasn't coming out of himself.
It made an impression on you.
Yeah, he was just being himself.
Yeah, sure.
He's a nice fucking dude.
Sure.
So I think maybe if you've been in this thing for a while, of course there is outliers, but if you've been in this for a while, you know how to deal with in a band, and that's a lot of cooperation and understanding other people.
Sure.
Music's a very emotional thing you're sharing, and so you got to be sensitive to other people and still rock. So there's it's a weird mixture of like sort of manliness and sensitivity.
The interaction amongst you guys, is it going to create some future collaborations between some of you guys, or
it's really in the infantile stages?
I see.
There's no like future thought. Like when Glenn just brought up EPs, that's the first I'd heard. Right. Like, okay.
Oh, really?
Willem Belstein, Rolling Stone magazine. Sorry, Glenn, I've read on the web somewhere that you stated that you guys are going to be releasing a set of EPs of Kings of Chaos.
Well, the premise is we are eventually going to record.
Yeah.
And what format we're going to do. We may write songs, we may do covers, but eventually the premise is that we will eventually get to record some stuff.
So none of those songs have been written yet?
As we speak, right this moment, we're writing. Actually, we are writing as we go along, and more will be revealed. Looking forward, by the way.
Oh, really? No, it's really but, Joe and I have become good buddies. We were buddies before, but now we send each other like Johnny Thunders,
Right, sure.
Weird, Richard Hell or Motley or but collaborations could, you never know.
Right. Look up to as a musician with regard to writing stuff. Who does Duff look up to?
Prince is probably like the ultimate guy.
Okay.
And like I have my, like Prince and Iggy and I don't, there's a lot of great writers. So Nick Cave, somebody mentioned him.
Yeah, sure.
Mark Lanigan's a great lyric writer, one of the best I think out there.
Sure.
So many good writers. Really, so many good writers. But listening to like Collective Soul, like those songs are so well written. Simple, yet. They always lay into like this great chorus, and I've been learning. It's funny that. What have you guys been listening to lately? Alice in Chains' new record's killer.
I was listening to Vampire Weekend last night.
The new Black Sabbath record's
killer. The band from around these parts called The Antwerp.
Queens of the Stone Age record, it's killer.
Rival Sons from Los Angeles, young band.
I saw like Black Keys.
I haven't really been listening to anything new except Slash's last album.
I like this band called The New Politics. I like them. They're cool.
I've been listening to every guy's songs in these bands and trying
Right.
Yeah, really.
I know what all of us have been listening to. Each other's music,
stuff,
like learning the chops, and you listen to Deep Purple. Are you kidding me? Another part? There's another part? Fuck. I think I just learned 7 parts before the first chorus.
Tell me about your project, Walking Papers.
Yeah, Walking Papers really, there's a good song. This is the first time I've been in a band that, now we've written a bunch of new material that I'm part of writing, but got in this thing, and Jeff Angels, the singer for the Walking Papers, is just, in Seattle, everybody knows him as this amazing songwriter, and this first record is, I think, really, really special.
It's out in August, right?
August 6th, yeah. It's really, it's special. Yeah, and it has all the elements of everything that's fucking cool in rock and roll, and I just get to be a part of it. I'm part of it, and I'm in this band. Like, this is fucking killer, and it's modern, but it's you can hear 70s and 60s. And
You guys worked with Mike McCready on that as well.
Mike, yeah, I mean, he's one of the guys. I mean, if Mike wasn't playing some gigs with Pearl Jam, he could have very well been here with us.
Really?
Yeah, he's one of the fellas, and I've known Mike since we were like 12. You know, so Mike, was part of the Walking Papers record, and he comes and plays with us now and again. And we just played with an orchestra in Seattle a couple weekends ago. Really cool, really amazing. This old theater, beautiful. Sounded great.
You've had a long career at this point. The young fun versus the old treasured, these treasured moments now.
Yeah.
Is it that you like these moments better than the old stuff, or is it just one big journey for you?
I mean, I think it's a human trait to go, of course I like now better, 'cause you don't, I know what I'm doing now. It's a big difference. You know, everybody when they're teens, 20s, even in their 30s, you're stumbling around. You're walking into walls. Like, what the fuck? You think you know what you're doing, but you really don't. I've had great moments when I was playing in punk rock bands when I was 14. First time Guns N' Roses sold out the Troubadour. Like, we sold out a club in LA. Like, a famous club. We sold it out.
Right.
That was like,
Big moments, yeah.
that was earth moving.
Sure,
It was fucking out.
Yeah.
Not one more person could come in. We
That's
did
cool,
it. Yeah. And anyone, like, the first time you see somebody singing your song back to you when you're playing.
Yeah.
Those moments that are those firsts.
Sure, those firsts.
But now I have this sort of career behind me that I'm starting to understand how people kind of perceive me, I suppose, and I'm still aw shucks about it for sure.
Right.
Because I don't, I'm not even. I don't think I'm halfway fucking done yet. So it's like, okay, that's cool. But wait for this, the Walking Rivers or whatever is next, and I think Slash and I will play again at some point.
Sure.
We're
Sure.
brothers. It's been really nice playing with them again here, and just like all these guys. When do you get to do this?
This is
When do you
special
get
stuff.
to do this? It's
Special stuff.
and having Dave out again
Yeah,
is really
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
And playing with Gilby.
Right.
Gilby's my neighbor, and I don't know. It's really this will be one of those times I'll look back and go,
Right.
fuck, I went to South
Special
Africa
moments. Yeah, special
with all
moments.
these great guys.
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
hang out. We go down, get coffee, and
Sure.
do shit together.
Sure. People seem to know Duff as a result of that TV show that you did. And,
What?
Married to Rock or...
You think people know me? Because
Yeah,
I think the first person
Really? No
who's
kidding,
ever
no
brought
kidding,
it up.
no kidding,
Yeah,
no kidding.
Yeah. I don't think. So I think I think it's kind of went by. I love my wife. She's done a lot of stuff for me. Made sacrifices.
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna go to school now. Okay, we're gonna go back to we're starting this band, the Velvet Revolver, and we're gonna do this. I'm gonna go on the road, and so she got the option to do this show, but it was married to rock, and I'm
Right. Yeah.
I loathe reality TV.
Yeah.
Hate it.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
And so I'm like, oh God, wow, this is just the test. And she really wanted to do it, and she wanted to promote her swimsuit line. And
Sure, yeah.
she's like, please, and I got it down, so I just whittled it down, so I just had to do the bare minimum. They wanted us to get in a fake fight and all that. I'm like,
really?
Fucking,
No.
You guys, I live in the real world. Marriage is hard enough.
It's
without
hard enough,
a
sure,
fake
yeah.
fight on TV. And, come on, I'm not going to do it.
Right.
And so we just did stuff, but nobody's ever really brought it up to
Really?
me. I mean, a couple people, I went into some store once, and some girl who worked there, you're in that TV show.
TV show,
I'm like, nope, no, not me, wrong guy. But that's about it.
I just want to know about the Meridian Rock Project. Can South African people get involved in that?
Not yet. It's It's a pretty small operation at this point.
Just give us a little recap of what it is for people in South Africa who don't know what you're doing right now.
Well, I went to school when in my 30s, business school, because I got sober at 30, and one of my first things things were becoming clear, it's like, fuck, am I getting ripped off? I didn't know anything about the money I'd made. We all hear the horror stories about musicians who made some money and then it's gone when they're 40, you know, and
Sure.
I didn't want to be one of those guys, and I didn't know a thing about money, so I went to business school and learned. I got into
business school, really?
Yeah, I went to
shit.
Seattle U,
Cool, man.
and matriculated through that. Velvet Revolver started, and even when I was in school, like my peers were calling me, like, dude, can you help me with my? But I'm like, I'm still taking math. No, I can't help you. But I started seeing this huge, gaping hole of all of my peers, musicians, didn't trust anybody. The only person they trusted was me, and they were coming to me. So, and then I started writing for Playboy, the financial column, which I saw my job was to speak in plain English about what was going on. When the market was crashing, everything was crashing.
Sure, yeah.
All the markets were crashing.
Disaster.
And, so that's what I do with Meridian Rock. I talk to the clients plain English. I start at the basics.
Yeah.
What is a stock? What is a bond? And without using heady financial terminology, that's kind of my gig there with Meridian Rock. Yeah. So, and I wrote a financial column. Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah.
Financial column for Playboy? Yeah. That was during when the world was going to shit, the financial. That's when they gave me the gig. Can you write about this? So I did that for a year, and it was really interesting, really educational for myself.